What's up, gamers? Welcome to Game Over.
Welcome, everybody, to the most special game rating talk show and all of entertainment. As always, over there is Stefan Jervis, and that's Robin Raynandon, and I am Jake Tenadris. Take it away, Robin.
And
talk
just to
about
clarify,
any sort of aspect of a video game, whether it be music, gameplay. We review video games even, so that's basically what we do upon our show, and we take turns, the three of us. We have like that kind of friendship chemistry that I feel shines really strong.
The first class that I ever had, which was in a philosophy discussion class. Well, it was supposed to be a philosophy discussion class, but the teacher didn't show up at all. And we waited there for practically like half an hour. And funny thing is that I walked up to the chalkboard since no one was there, and I was just like, I want to make friends on the first day. I don't know how the hell I'm going to do it. So I go up to the chalkboard and I just start playing Hangman on the chalkboard, and then people were just going along with it. And eventually that's just how I met Jake and Robin.
Stefan told me that he first, he was totally annoyed by me at first, as everyone should. And then as soon as I started mentioning that I love Assassin's Creed, Metal Gear, then he's like, you know what, this guy is cool.
Jake and I were just hanging out in the Skywalk, and our friend came over and she said, I'm working at this place in radio. I'm like a tech director and stuff like that. And we were just like, oh, I didn't even know we had a radio station. And she said, yeah, you can just make your own show. And then Jake and I practically just looked at each other, and we just said, we have to make our own video game show.
But I was a little jealous of it because, the three of us are really big gamers. We really enjoy video games. It's one of our passions. It's what really we became friends upon. So when I saw them do such a thing, I really wanted to join. So after maybe a couple months after they started doing their thing, I joined in as a guest, and I was one of those guests. I just became a permanent guest because I never left.
I probably started playing video games as soon as I can hold a controller in my hands. So I don't think I've ever actually stopped. That's actually been one thing that's always followed me throughout my entire life. It's always been, I guess an escape for me. For a lot of things, like say if I didn't feel like, or if I was, maybe stressed about something, or if I didn't want to, do homework or something, or didn't want to focus on anything negative about anything.
Stefan, for example, is graduating this semester. He's still up for debate whether he wants to continue his show. So if Stefan had left the show, I feel like we would lose 1/3 of our Three Musketeers, just because we have so much synergy between the three of us. And if one were to leave, it's harder to bounce off each other. And we've had shows where one of us couldn't make it because schoolwork, and other obligations. So when it's just the two out of the three, it just feels like an incomplete kind of pie. So dynamically, we need the three of us together for the show.
So it's definitely, I guess, easier and smoother with three people, and the less people it is, the less smooth, I guess, because there's less people to work off of. It's kind of like, what can I say? It's kind of like looking at a picture from, on a screen, and the more pixels that the screen has, the smoother the picture looks, right? So like if it's like an 8-bit picture, it's gonna look jaggy as hell. But if it's a full 4K display, it looks amazingly smooth. So that's a good analogy, I think, to put it, of how the difference of show hosts can affect the show. There was one mission that said that
you had to assassinate the crocodile. So.
Crocodile. That has to be a name for somebody. It can't be actual crocodiles.
I hope so. I would love to assassinate a crocodile. Remember,
I don't know about you, but I speak English, so.
We're all kind of different parts of the body. How I'd say Stefan's, kind of the heart and soul because he's very, passionate and emotional. Robin's the brain because he's always bringing, the facts. And I say I'm the funny bone because of my never-ending sense of humor. So I'm the skeleton, basically.
It's kind of a double-edged sword. Like Jake can kind of add his own humor into the show, which I think kind of lightens up the mood in a way, and he kind of points out some things that we didn't think of during the show. And then again, it kind of kills the vibe in some ways. Yeah, I don't know about that. Probably they'll explain it like, he jumped through time or something like that.
Oh god, please don't add time travel to Street Fighter. Like the story is just getting cohesive finally.
Yeah.
I think that's plenty.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with that.
So Stefan's the fun one.
What do you get for the pre-order for the Switch?
Nothing.
Yeah, you just get it to reserve your copy.
You don't
He
even
does
get
get
one
pretty
to
angry and
Switch.
passionate sometimes with the rants. I think you've heard the Destiny rants before on the episodes, so that can get a little out of hand sometimes. But I love it anyway. Even though it is something that can get out of hand, I still love it. I still love him. I love all of him for it.
Game and played it. Like, the game was just so boring. It was very mundane. It was very bland. The story didn't go anywhere. Like,
that game had a story?
yeah, believe it or not, right?
I mean, the first, 30 seconds of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so many people were just so disappointed with the game. Like, and it got like a 6 out of 10, which in my opinion is a little bit like.
Considering
you know what I mean?
he at one point he was really tethered to the show. He would just do it no matter what. You know, it was one of our top priorities. You know, as students, it was kind of our, like I said, one of our go-to things to do within the week. So I would say there's like a good 70-80% chance, even if he graduates, that he'll come back. You know, it depends how his future looks in terms after graduation, but I feel good about it. So at the end of the day, we're the three of us were friends, so I don't think our chemistry will ever change, whether we're still students or not. So I think the show will have the same basis, the same formula, and the same kind of success story, quote unquote.
Game over.